I found a folder on my husband's computer labeled Exit Plan. I wish I had opened it before I confronted him. Nico left his laptop open on the kitchen table while he was in the shower. That's when I saw the folder on his desktop. Exit Plan. Those two words made my heart stop. I told myself it could be anything. Maybe it was a work project. Maybe it was a video game thing. Maybe I was being paranoid. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. That night, I watched Nico across the dinner table looking for signs. He seemed distracted. He kept checking his phone under the table when he thought I wasn't looking. When I asked who he was texting, he said, just work stuff, and changed the subject. We'd been married for 8 years. I thought we were happy. But suddenly I was replaying every weird moment from the past few months. The hushed phone calls he'd take in the garage. The browser history he started clearing. The way he'd snap his laptop shut whenever I walked into the room. A week later, I couldn't take it anymore. I waited until he left for work and I opened his laptop. The folder was still there. I couldn't bring myself to click on it, but I searched his email instead. I found messages to a realtor named Diane. Looking for properties outside the city. 2 bedrooms minimum. Don't contact me at home. Wife doesn't know yet. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely scroll. I found a spreadsheet labeled budget. It had columns for assets to sell and assets to keep. Our shared savings account was under split. My grandmother's antique dresser was under she gets. His golf clubs were under I get. He was dividing up our entire life. I found a checklist that made me sick to my stomach. Cancel joint credit cards. Update life insurance beneficiary. Don't tell her until everything is ready. I closed the laptop and sobbed on the kitchen floor for an hour. The next few weeks were torture. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Every time Nico touched me, I flinched. Every time he said he loved me, I wanted to scream, then why are you leaving? He noticed something was wrong. Of course he did. Babe, what's going on with you? He kept asking. You've been so distant lately. I wanted to laugh in his face. I was distant. He was planning to walk out on 8 years of marriage and I was the distant one. I started secretly meeting with a divorce lawyer. I moved money into a separate account. I made copies of all our financial documents. If he was going to blindside me, I was going to be ready. My sister told me I should confront him. My mom told me to wait until I had more proof. I didn't know what to do. I just knew I couldn't live like this anymore. On our anniversary, Nico made reservations at our favorite restaurant. I almost didn't go. What was the point of celebrating a marriage he was about to end? But I went anyway because I wanted to see if he could look me in the eyes and pretend everything was fine. He could. He smiled at me across the table like I was the love of his life. He held my hand and talked about our future like we still had one. Something inside me snapped. I know about the exit plan, I said. Nico's face went pale. What? I saw the folder on your computer. I saw the emails to the realtor. I saw the spreadsheet where you divided up all our stuff. I was crying now. I know you're leaving me. I've known for weeks, so just do it already and stop pretending. Nico stared at me for a long moment. Then he started laughing. This isn't funny, I screamed. The whole restaurant turned to look at us. I've been dying inside for a month and you're laughing? Baby, no, stop. Just listen to me. He grabbed both my hands. The exit plan isn't me leaving you. It's me leaving my job. I blinked. What? I've been planning this for a year. I hate my job. I've hated it for years. You know that. So I've been saving money, looking at houses outside the city, figuring out how we could afford for me to quit and do something I actually love. He was squeezing my hands so tight. The spreadsheet was me figuring out our finances. The realtor was me looking for our dream house. The checklist was me making sure I had everything ready before I surprised you. I couldn't breathe. But it said, don't tell her until everything is ready. Because I wanted to hand you the keys to our new house on our anniversary. I was going to tell you tonight. He pulled out his phone and showed me pictures of a little farmhouse with a wraparound porch, the exact house I'd been pinning on Pinterest for 5 years. I put an offer in last week. I was going to quit on Monday. We were going to start our whole new life. I burst into tears. I almost filed for divorce. You what? I thought you were leaving me. Nico started laughing again, and this time I laughed too. And we were both crying and laughing in the middle of this fancy restaurant while everyone stared at us like we'd lost our minds. We moved into the farmhouse 2 months later, and I've never been happier to be completely wrong about something in my entire life.